Welcome to another episode of War Hero to Superhero, helping military, veterans, and first responders transform their lives from the bedroom to the boardroom, literally behind us. I am one of your hosts, Daniel Faust. It is Thursday, and it's our last day of the week, at least for hosting shows. So I want to thank you all for joining and watching this week. So as you're thinking about it, it's November 19th. November is here. If you missed it, it's here. We're almost done. And what did we start thinking about, or what are we scrambling on? It's the Thursday before the holiday season, before Thanksgiving, Christmas. Our 2020 has been drastically rebooted, right? Drastically. It's like, come on. Every time I read the news, it's something new. It's like, what? Did you see the Christmas tree in New York when they opened it up? I was like, wow. I'm like, I'm glad that's not coming on in the thing, but it was like, that just said 2020. It was like, but we can easily lean towards the negative of that crazy tree and say, like, Christmas is hosed. Not on my watch. There's no point. We're already negative enough. We're going to be positive here. So this month's theme is being thankful. And we're back in the virtual boardroom, and we would love to hear you engage. This is always a dialogue, never a monologue. All your comments are read and engaged with on a regular basis. So what is being thankful? Oxford Dictionary declares it here. I'm not a Webster Dictionary fan, just so you know. Being pleased and relieved, or expressing gratitude and relief. So, how do we express that to our coworkers and bosses? And what is the benefits? Well, school's in session again for the last time today. And then we go into our War Hero to Superhero interviews next week. So if you're looking to actually want to have your message uplifted, I'd love to go interview next week. We'll plan that out afterwards. So tonight we're going to be talking about, and this was inspired by benefitsexpress.org, which is known for family-like company culture. And if you want more tips on creating a positive work environment, check out their blogs at welcoming your new employee and how to create a winning employee onboard strategy. You can subscribe to their blog. They are not our sponsor. I just thought it was cool content. So hopefully benefitsexpress.info, you got uplifted in this episode. But if you ever want to become a sponsor, I'd love for you to be a sponsor. All right, jumping in. I have no shame in that at all. All right, so benefit number one of going over and bringing gratitude into the workplace, bringing thankfulness in the workplace, instead of just going on your day and like blah, 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 blah. First off is it acknowledges the person. When you acknowledge the person and they feel that they are valued and they are worth, they tend to be more productive. We don't need to go give them more stuff and micromanage them. We need to go over and give gratitude, and gratitude connected to them. So when gratitude acknowledges the person and you start doing that, it goes over in work productivity, friendliness, and culture goes over and changes. That is the first benefit of gratitude, is that it acknowledges the person. Don't you want to be acknowledged for the work and the person of who you are? And when you go as a leader to go do that for the people, guess what? They're wanting to come to work, even in the chaos of what's going on. So that's number one. It also goes over and creates better leaders. When you're giving regular gratitude towards your coworkers and your bosses, it goes over and changes the culture. People lead better. They go over and lead with their heart instead of an iron fist. Iron fist should only be used in very rare occasions. So when you're leading with your heart and your mind, going over in those hand in hand, utilizing them both together, you create better leaders because now you're giving gratitude to those people that go over and do the work. And again, it brings and acknowledges the person because they feel valued. Because if you treat it like a task, you can always replace a task with a different person. But if you acknowledge them with gratitude and you say, Susie, your laughter brings greatness into the community and great to our work. We're very thankful that you're here. They're like, wow, I feel valued. I feel of worth. I have a sense of purpose. I want to come here. So when they step up to leadership, they pass that on. So they become better leaders and keep that turnover down. Going from there, it has something for everybody. The other thing for gratitude too is that it's when it's tied for something for everybody, instead of just, this happened and this goal and everything else. When it's tied to everyone and gratitude's tied to everyone, the culture and the whole entire team gets uplifted at the same exact time. So that's the other thing that gratitude benefits in the workplace. It gives something for everybody. Because anybody can go over and send an email, anybody can go over and send a text, but when you give gratitude to a person, and you're doing that across the board with every single person, it's that particular person, that particular way, that way of delivery, and everybody goes over and wins it. Everybody feels valued. Everybody's whistling and have a smile on their face and a hand in their pocket going over and snapping along, stuff like that. Not expecting 1950s, but that's how I feel when I get told to be thankful for what that I go over and do. Number 4, it goes over and builds relationships, especially the higher the mission. As us as military veterans and first responders transforming from war heroes to superheroes, relationships are key. That's the reason why we connect with the people that we do. That's why it's hard for us as civilians to connect with civilians, because without that particular bonds of natural bonds, gratitude is the barrier breaker for everything. If you're thankful for Tom, that's going to build a better bond than actually just the Veteran Association. Associations start the bond, gratitude builds the bond that keeps it together. The person you get in the foxhole together was thankful for where you're at and who you were and what you did. The person that just was like, quote unquote, the person on your left that was that foxhole buddy and was just there shooting, you're not going to remember him or her at all. So gratitude goes over and builds relationship. It builds that transactional and relational trust to go over and to do above and beyond and want to go over and stay. I'm in one of the few jobs, and I call him the smiling commander to keep his name discreet. He's one of the few guys that's built a relationship with me over the year, and he's always bringing gratitude towards the table in that particular regard. And it's one of the few places I don't want to leave. Now, obviously, I got a bigger mission that I'm going to go over and serve, but I'm actually going to feel for leaving this place. But, you guys are my mission. You guys are the gratitude I want to go and pass, so I'm going to uplift there. But it's one of the few workplaces. I never had a workplace that was thankful for me being there. So, and last one is it changes the company culture. If you're one of the leaders or one of the bosses, or even if you're a coworker, no matter where you're at, military, veteran, first responder, no matter if you're working in the physical boardroom or in the virtual boardroom, the company culture goes over and changes when you're bringing consistent gratitude in. In some ways to go over and to do that, as Benefits Express info goes over and talks about, here's 5 easy ways to show gratitude in the workplace. How about greet your employees when they arrive each morning? A sincere greet, not like, so, and just give them like the, surprise your team with a lunch, a coffee, or another treat. Like one of the things I go over and do is I should do this today. Hopefully tomorrow, if it's still sunny, is I do the triple S. I do sunshine, shade, and sandwiches. It's getting a little cold over here in Delaware to go do that, but I did that on a semi-regular basis. Be respectful of each other's time when we go into people's offices, asking if they have 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, allow them to go over and do that. Recognizing efforts even when things are going wrong, because it takes a lot of work. Even when things are going in the chaos, people are doing a lot of work, and they're usually doing more work if something breaks and they're scrambling to go over and fix it. And saying thank you often to their style specifically. So when you do those things, it changes the company culture. It changes your battalion. You can even change on active duty. If you start bringing gratitude, let's say on the active duty and the reserve side, even as you're in that war hero mode, you won't have that whole toxicity. One of my last units was super, super toxic. And it was very difficult for people, and the morale went down, the productivity went down, and re-enlistments went down. People were switching jobs like crazy. I was the training manager. I saw that all the time. Boom, boom, boom. Change the company culture by going over and bringing gratitude, no matter if it's on the active guard reserve time, or as you're transforming from war hero to superhero, bring it back in. Especially because it changes the company culture. It's not going to be instant, but it'll go over and change. All right, so again, thank you, benefitsexpress.info. Thanks for the inspiration. Let's check our comments before we close out. All right. So our superhero challenge of today is to share which benefit is most important to you and why, to go over and to grow your gratitude. So we'd love for you to go share that either on Facebook or YouTube. You can even share on Twitch. We just got our comments right now on there. Thank you for commenting. Who was the guest right there? Thank you for commenting. SBaseball269. Thank you for commenting. And so it's always a dynamic conversation. We'd love to go and hear that. And even on Podopolo, our dynamic interactive podcasting app. And if you're wanting to go earn money for the new year, all you have to do is go over and join the app, and I will be giving between $50 to $1,500, depending on how many people go over and download. So you can check those notes on Facebook if you definitely want to, but definitely I'd highly recommend the app. It's going to be a powerhouse in the future. So thank you all for going over and joining. I want to thank our sponsor again this week of shopsocialscenes.com. They go over and empower us to go over and to keep War Hero to Superhero keep going. So if you are ready to go over and to shop 60 plus stores in a virtual mall and save up to 20% on a regular basis, you want to go to warhero2superhero.shopsocialscenes.com. They are a fantastic store. And if you are trying to look for a business as a military veteran first responder, making that transformation, and you don't know what to do and you're trying to figure things out, it's as easy as $200 is to go over and start your virtual mall. And you will earn 20% revenue for every single sale that goes over is covered in your business and gets transferred through PayPal and Venmo. So pretty much instantaneous transfers when everything is done. And if you're a nonprofit, there's even lower cost and even free. Get back with me. I can get back with my corporate sponsor to go over and help you, because I want you to go over and thrive. So again, I want to thank Shop Social Scenes for being our sponsor this week for this, and also overall this month's episodes of War Hero to Superhero. I want to thank you. So hope you guys are having a great Thanksgiving season. We are 1 week away. Our goal is for you not just to be thankful just on Turkey Day, but be thankful every day. And hopefully this starts a movement of being thankful. And if you are struggling in the thankfulness in the boardroom, 20 minutes free to every military veteran and first responder. You can always contact us either through Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch as of right now, or in any social media that I'm on. You can go over and connect. So thank you for going over and joining. You guys have a great weekend. We will see you on the flip side. We will see you in other social media throughout the week. And again, this is always a dialogue, never a monologue. And we always want you to contribute to the conversation. So thank you. Have a good night.